Alright guys, so this is the beginning of the detail video of this thing. It is pretty nasty. Carpets are gross. Seatbelts are really nasty. But this is the worst of it right here. And I will make more of an official video, but this is it's early in the morning and I need to take this thing to get some parts for that GX. So what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna spray some of this new car scent protectant all over this, all up in here. Get it nice and soaked in. And then I'm gonna take a detail brush and just scrub it all off. And it just comes right out. All right, so here's after I cleaned up the driver door here. You can see this is where the leather has worn off, and this is like raw leather, and it's still wet. That's why it's dark. It should get a bit lighter like this is. But the rest of the door cleaned up pretty nice. Still got some more to do, but honestly, I just needed to get it cleaner to drive it around until I have time to fully detail. I'm gonna get a carpet extractor on this probably. I'm gonna soak the seatbelt in a bucket of laundry detergent and hot water, get those looking nice again. And definitely, you know, we got all kinds of stuff in here, and it smells kind of musty. The previous owner said he occasionally smoked in it. It doesn't smell too much like smoke, but it's just musty because the car's also been sitting for a couple months as well. It's been a couple days. I've ordered some parts, so here's the update. I just got wiper blades, I got a oil filter, and I'm doing some, figured I'd try out Royal Purple. I've heard things about it having cleaning properties, and since this is a car that I'm not going to be keeping, I'm just trying to restore it, I figured why not, you know? So I got some of that, and then I got, I think that was everything from AutoZone. And then I also picked up a new alternator, 2 CVs, and 2 control arms on Amazon. I found some on there, found some good prices. I was able to get those 3 things for about $330. And then I spent about another $120 or so at AutoZone with the oil and the wipers and the stuff from that. So that's where we're at right now. So into the budget right now, we're about $500 into it. We still haven't done the windshield yet, and I still have not gotten the Kings replaced yet, and I have not had time to detail it yet. I'm hoping that that's what I'm going to be doing today. Alright, just got the new wipers on. Let's see if they streak. Ah, smooth. They used to be so loud before. Alright, so here we are. We're just starting the interior detailing process, and I've already dropped off all the armrests at the upholstery shop to get reupholstered. But what do I find under the passenger seat? I find some black mold, real nice. Maybe that's why it smells bad. There's also a lot of cigarette ash in here. So I'm gonna try and just vacuum this for now, and then I'll eventually have to take the seats out and get an extractor on it and the whole 9 yards on that. But right now, this is where we're starting with this. All right, here's the before of the passenger side. You can see in the seats, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Lots of ash from smoking, grime. The door panel's a little discolored here. We'll see what we can do about that. So when you're detailing a car out, you always want to, especially if it's leather seats or especially if it's, you know, the front seats, passenger seat usually, because people like to dump things, you always want to slide it back, because usually there's some real nastiness hiding inside of it. Now this was a lot worse, but then I vacuumed it. Most of it came up, but there's still a lot of nasty stains in here. So we're gonna have to clean this up. All right, so here's the finished product. There's still a couple things that are stuck to it. Man, it's got like 10 years of stuff being stuck there. But what I did was, it was really hard to get out, so I have this wet rag and I stuffed it into the crevice here, and then I leaned the seat back up and put tension on it and kept it wet while I did the rest of the seat. And then when I pulled out, that loosened things up a bit, and it made it quite a bit easier to get the rest of that out. All right, so I just got the seats out. That was a pain. But here's what's left over. So you can see we got some nasty spills here. Same thing on the other side. It's pretty gross. This is where that mold was. I'm gonna try and clean that up as much as I can today. I went to Home Depot and I rented one of these little extractor things. So we're gonna try and put some chemical down, and hopefully I can get this floor mat a little bit lighter. I don't know if I can, but I hope so. I'd like it to look like that. So yeah, that's where we are now. All right, guys, so one of the last things I need to do to the interior is get these nasty seat belts taken care of. They feel thick. They don't really retract very fast. They are filthy. Everything else came up pretty nice. I got the carpets a lot better than they were. They actually looked worse on camera than it is in person. But everything else cleaned up pretty good. The windows are clear now. There's no nasty gunk in here anymore. This coin is stuck though. But otherwise, everything came out pretty good. You can see the back. Looks a lot better than it was. And now it doesn't smell bad either. And I have these armrests over at the upholstery shop, getting reupholstered. I'm thinking about getting a new steering wheel for this. This is pretty worn out, so I might pick up one on eBay. So here's what I'm gonna do here. I have the seatbelt. I'm gonna pull it out all the way, soak it in I put some just some Tide in this bucket of hot water, and once I pull the seatbelt all the way, I'm gonna clamp it right here so it doesn't go back, and just soak it in there for about 20-30 minutes, and then kind of scrub it against itself. Use it like a brush against itself, and then get a little brush on this nasty seatbelt here. And then afterwards, it should hopefully go from this darkness to this much lighter part of the belt. And it won't feel so, like this feels really thick and crunchy, and it kind of holds its form, where this other stuff that doesn't get used very often is really thin and soft feeling. It's forgiving. So that's what we're trying to replicate here, and I will come back to you with the results. One last thing I forgot to mention was that you should take out the bottom bolt for the seatbelt. This is it. So you just pop this little cover off, and this is a 14mm. It's easier if you can use a short extension here. And because what's going on here is, if this is bolted in, you can't get all of the part of the belt that goes on your lap. So now that it's loose, you can just dump the whole thing in there, and it's not a problem. And the reason why we pull it out all the way is so that there's going to be some clean stuff here that gives you just enough slack to get all the dirty stuff into the water. All right, here's the first dump of the driver's seatbelt water. Nasty. So I hate to cut the footage short here, but I kind of forgot about filming this project. This project took over 4 months to make. So here are just some before and after clips of when I polished the car out. It actually buffed out surprisingly really well. And the only photos I really have of it are the photos I used to list it, because it actually sold surprisingly really fast. But the whole point of this project was I really wanted to restore a vehicle. It's been a long time since I've had a car that was in kind of disrepair, and so I really wanted to get something that was really run down, and this photo right here really shows how run down it was. It was filthy. It had been sitting for a long time. It was in op for like several months. It was just really down on its luck, and this vehicle had so much potential that I really wanted to just bring it back to life, and I feel like it really did. At the end, I ended up putting about $3,000 into it with the alternator, and I put some fog lights in it, the axles, the windshield, all the kind of parts that are broken, and upholstery, obviously, all of it came together really nice, and the vehicle turned out really sharp. And the new owner was super stoked to have it. I think he's going to take great care of it, and he's going to have lots of awesome adventures in it. And I'm really glad that I was able to provide that. Oh, and that driver's floor mat, I'm really sorry I don't have a photo of it. I really wish I did, but I was able to get it cleaned and it looked white. I think I used some bleach on it or something and it just became white. It was whiter than all the other carpets. It was really impressive. I'm sorry I can't show it to you, but take my word for it. That driver floor mat became white. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, stick around. I'll have other cool GX projects coming up soon. I still have my dark blue one here. I have a lot of cool stuff on that. So I'll be uploading videos and how-tos with that vehicle sometime in the future. Again, thanks for watching. Have a good one.